สถานีวิทยุสรานรม AM 1575การทูตเพื่อประชาชน
เพื่อไทยก้าวไกลทันโลก
Swadika and good afternoon. It is around 3:37 p.m. and this is News and Views and you're with me, Sarisa, Mญาต and I'm on Radio Saranrom AM 1575 gigahertz. And if you miss my live video feed on Facebook this time around, you can check out our program once again on Radio Saranrom webpage, which all of the programs that have already been aired on Facebook will be put up. So if you miss my program today, you can go back and listen to the other programs and my program on the other days as well. So as a ritual, before we begin, let's talk about the weather. Okay, so looking ahead for the rest of the week, the weather is still sunny, and sunny. Well, with a chance of rain on Friday, which is very unlikely, I would say. But then again, you'll never know with the weather these days, because you do actually get sudden rainpours or downpours rather, out of nowhere. So be sure to keep a small umbrella with you just in case, because you'll never know about the weather, as I've said. But yes, it is Thailand, and it's near April. Songkran is coming up in about 2 weeks or so, I would say. So the weather is going to get hotter and hotter, so be sure to stay indoors while you can and, soak up the air conditioner before going out there. So, okay, making the headlines at Bangkok Post since this morning are, Young Turks face competition and Rohingya security top Sydney talks. And once again, there is a large picture of a bridge or riverside wreckage. So I'll go ahead and give you the details on that, which is not much, but you'll get the picture of what's going on and what happened. So rescuers sift through the wreckage of a riverside building after part of it collapsed, killing one Thai and one Cambodian construction worker involved in the project near Chayaprik Road in Nonthaburi's Pakret district yesterday. The initial police investigation found that a corridor on the second floor had fallen out of place and crushed Thai foreman Suwat Nu Sen. The accident also claimed the life of a 37-year-old Cambodian national. A businessman hired the two men to help build a luxury 2-story mansion on the banks of the Chao Phraya River. So I guess they will have more details of the wreckage if you listen to the news since this morning, which I'm hoping that there were details during the afternoon news as well. But since I wasn't here, this is the first time I've seen this picture and it's quite a mess. So many condolences to the families of the victims of the wreckage. Anyways, let's take a look inside. Let's peek inside for a bit, and I sifted through the newspaper quickly, and I found an interesting article about Donald Trump. Let me just find it quickly. And it's not here. Okay. Yes. But there is actually a really, really big picture about a solar panel from SCG on the 4th page. So it said floating solar farm crests new wave. So a giant pond inside SCG chemicals plant at Rayong's Mapta Put Industrial Estate was originally developed to deal with a water shortage crisis that crippled production in 2007. The 20-rai pond, equivalent to about 10 football fields, has become an experimental site and the country's first floating solar farm. Now, for visitors, it looks like a floating mirror in a pond. Almost half of it has been covered with 3,400 photovoltaic cells to convert the sun's energy into electricity. Now, these cells stand on a special pontoon the company has created for this purpose. The pontoon is not just a floating raft, said Win Intalanguna Ayutthaya, the project manager. SCG Chemicals, a listed company and petrochemical titan, has developed a special plastic made of high-density polyethylene or HDPE for the project. The pontoon is designed to handle the weight of over 3,000 solar panels and related equipment like cables and power transmission systems. It has a 25-year shelf life, the same as regular solar cells. Now, the floating solar energy plant can produce 1 megawatt of electricity or less than 1% of that required by the plan per year. Now, this is used to power small buildings inside the project area, helping to cut electricity costs by up to 5 million baht a year. Now, the project was first developed last year. The pontoon cost 40 million baht to make and took 6 months to assemble. It is made of prime-grade plastic that is typically used to package food. The HDPE materials used are good for the environment, do not decompose, and are not easily damaged by heat, Mr. Win said. Now, SCG Chemicals plans to commercialize the project countrywide to tap the growing solar energy market. If you're looking for more details on that, be sure to check out Bangkok Post, and it's on page 4. And the headlines or the headings is Floating Solar Farm Crests New Wave. Now on to some news about China. Now, Chinese government opposes new US law on Taiwan ties. Now, China has called on the United States to correct its mistake after President Donald Trump approved new rules allowing top-level US officials to travel to Taiwan to meet with their Taipei counterparts. U.S. representatives can already travel to Democratic Taiwan, and Taiwanese officials occasionally visit the White House, but meetings are usually low profile to avoid offending China. The Taiwan Travel Act, which Mr. Trump signed on Friday following its passage in the U.S. Congress, encourages visits between U.S. and Taiwanese officials at all levels. Now, Washington cut formal diplomatic ties with Taiwan in 1979 in favor of Beijing under the One China policy. But it maintains trade relations with the island and sells it weapons, angering China. China sees Taiwan as a renegade province and has long stated its desire for reunification. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Lu Kang said the bill's courses, while not legally binding, severely violate the One China principle and send very wrong signals to the pro-independent separatist forces in Taiwan. China is strongly opposed to that, Mr. Lu said in quotes. We urge the U.S. side to correct its mistake, stop pursuing any official ties with Taiwan or improving its current relations with Taiwan in any substantive way, he added. In a separate statement, Chinese Defense Minister spokesman Wu Shen said the act interferes in China's internal affairs. China urges the U.S. to stop pursuing any U.S.-Taiwan military ties and stop arms sales to Taiwan, so as to avoid causing serious damage to the bilateral and military relations between China and the United States, and to the peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait, the statement said. The new U.S. law describes Taiwan as a beacon of democracy in Asia and states that Taiwan's democratic achievements inspire many countries and people in the region. Now, Mr. Trump's signature comes amid increasing tensions between the mainland and the self-ruled island. Beijing has cut off official communications with Taipei because President Tsai Ing-wen refuses to acknowledge the democratic island as part of One China. So there is once again a conflict tension happening again between China and Taiwan, and once again U.S. is kind of mixed up in it, and because President Donald Trump is unlike any other presidents before, and sometimes I think that he does things by the way he likes it. So right now we'll have to see how this is going to play out, but in Trump's views, it must benefit the United States some way, otherwise he wouldn't have signed the treaty, or rather the agreement with Taiwan to allow, all official visits in all level of officials. I think that in a way it would benefit United States. Okay, so back at national news and back at home, I have right here Rohingya security top Sydney talks. Now, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has encouraged ASEAN leaders to work more closely with their Australian counterparts to help secure peace in the Indo-Pacific region amid challenges, including the Rohingya refugee crisis in Myanmar and Bangladesh. The plight of several thousand members of this Muslim ethnic group was highlighted on the last day of the ASEAN-Australia Special Summit, which became heated yesterday when participants considered the problem in the context of increasing transnational terrorism. Now, the concerns followed the exodus of 700,000 Rohingya from impoverished areas in Rakhine State in western Myanmar to Bangladesh, after Naypyidaw in August last year launched a crackdown on Rohingya insurgents, a clash which led to mass killings. Now, Thailand, Malaysia and Australia are also seen as safe havens for the Rohingyas. Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak said the migration of the Rohingya could become a new regional threat as many Muslims may resort to violence amid desperation. General Prayut also showed concern about the risk of rising extremism. He described the Rohingya as a major transboundary threat and a hindrance to efforts to build regional peace. Parts of his speech from the summit were quoted by Deputy Government Spokesman Weerachon Sukhontapitak, who said General Prayut wants ASEAN and Australia to cooperate more closely against terrorist movements. One such measure would enhance exchanges of intelligence, Lieutenant General Weerachon said. Speaking after yesterday's meeting, General Prayut said he also raised the Rohingya problem during a talk with Myanmar's de facto leader Aung San Suu Kyi and offered to help. It is not unclear what joint solutions they could offer, however, as the bloc is known for its strict rule of not intervening in the political affairs of its members. Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull admitted the issue was a complex one but remained optimistic, saying all countries support efforts to end the long-running conflict in Myanmar. General Prayut also urged ASEAN and Australia to boost digital security protocols. The Thai Prime Minister wants to see ASEAN members work with Australia in developing better online security to thwart hackers and terrorists, according to Lieutenant General Weerachon. During the two-day summit, the top leaders agreed to support the ASEAN-Australia Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, on cooperation to combat international terrorism and increasing threats, including the use of the dark web, a network of unindexed sites to hide secret information and advantage terrorist groups. General Prayut also stressed the need to boost the regional economy by capitalizing on friendly ties between ASEAN and Australia, according to Lieutenant General Weerachon. Okay, I think we should now take a short break. I'll be back with more national news, so do stay tuned.
ความเป็นไทยเป็นอะไรที่ยืดหยุ่นค่ะไม่ได้อยู่ที่หน้าตาอย่างเดียวเมียก็อาจจะใส่ผ้าไทยต้มหูอะไรที่ออกไทยๆแต่ว่าที่สำคัญค่ะเมียคิดว่าความเป็นไทยเป็นอะไรที่ค่อนข้างยืดหยุ่นเป็นอะไรที่เราต้องพิสูจน์เพราะคนไทยมีน้ำใจแล้วคิดว่าตอนเมียอยู่บนเวทีค่ะตอนเริ่มพูดคุยเนี่ยคนก็จะเข้าใจความเป็นไทยมากขึ้นคิดว่าการเตรียมตัวเรื่องนี้เนี่ยเป็นอะไรที่สำคัญมากเราต้องอ่านติดตามข่าวทุกวันต้องทำการบ้านแล้ววันนี้ก็มีโอกาสได้เข้ามาที่กระทรวงต่างประเทศได้พูดคุยได้เรียนรู้หลายๆอย่างแล้วก็เมียก็จะกลับไปทำการบ้านเพิ่มขึ้นค่ะคิดว่าต้องให้ความสำคัญมากค่ะเพราะว่าตอนนี้เราก็ครบ50 ปีกับอาเซียนแล้วเราก็ต้องร่วมมือกับประเทศที่อยู่ข้างๆเราโลกทุกวันก็ยิ่ง globalization ตลอดเวลาเราก็ต้องให้ความสำคัญกับต่างประเทศมากค่ะเพราะว่าถ้าเราจะเติบโตได้เราก็ต้องร่วมมือช่วยกันปัญหานี้เมียคิดว่าเป็นอะไรที่ค่อนข้างเดือดร้อนเหมือนกันเพราะว่าไม่ว่าประเทศเรากำลังพัฒนาตลอดแต่ว่าเรื่องนี้ก็พัฒนาขึ้นด้วยค่ะซึ่งเป็นอะไรที่ผิดจริงๆสถิตินี้ต้องลงแล้วตอนนี้มีโอกาสได้พูดคุยกับ UNFPA ไปแล้วเราได้เรียนรู้เกี่ยวกับสิทธิของเยาวชนค่ะว่าจริงๆนะเมืองไทยเนี่ยมีสิทธิที่ยอดเยี่ยมจริงๆสำหรับเยาวชนแต่ว่าหลายคนยังไม่รู้สิทธิของตัวเองเราคิดว่าสำคัญมากค่ะที่เยาวชนเนี่ยควรจะรู้สิทธิของตัวเองจะได้รู้ว่าเขาสามารถทำอะไรได้บ้างเขาสามารถหาข้อมูลที่ไหนได้เขาสามารถทำอะไรได้บ้างค่ะเพราะว่าถ้าเรารู้สิทธิเนี่ยเราก็สามารถเติบโตไปได้อย่างดีค่ะการเป็นนางงามนะคะเราก็มีโอกาสที่จะเป็นกระบอกเสียงให้คนฟังหลายๆเรื่องที่เราอยากจะเปลี่ยนแปลงที่เราอยากจะช่วยเราคิดว่าสำคัญมากค่ะที่เราต้องเป็นตัวอย่างที่ดีเพราะว่า เยาวชนหลายๆคนก็จะหันมามองหันมาฟังหันมาทำตามก็คิดว่าไม่ว่าเราจะทำอะไรเล็กๆน้อยๆเราก็สามารถเปลี่ยนแปลงอะไรได้
Okay, welcome back everyone. Before we head off to more news updates I have right here this week, we'll take a look back at some of the celebrities that had died in the past month or so. The one that has taken me by surprise is an actress, or a comedian and an actress called, her name was Emma Chambers. If you have seen or watched Notting Hills, you would have noticed her or known what the role that she has played. She played the role of Hugh Grant's, or the main character, William Thatcher, sister in the movie, and she has just passed away with natural causes on February the 24th, which I didn't know. But yes, so I'm looking through like the Mirror UK right here, and I've just found out that she had died last month. So yeah. Death is an unpredictable thing, as you all know, and another recent death is Professor Stephen Hawking. If you have seen The Theory of Everything, which was played by Eddie Redmayne, I can't pronounce his surname, but yes, Eddie Redmayne, he won an Oscar for that role. Yes, he played Professor Stephen Hawking, and Professor Stephen Hawking was, known as one of the sharpest and smartest minds in the world, even though he was, he became ill with ALS rather. But he died at the age of 76, which is quite still a long life for someone with ASL. So yes, once again, death is unpredictable and unknown. You never know if you're going to die tomorrow, so be sure to express everything that you needed to your loved ones, and many condolences to all the families of those who have passed away recently. Okay, on to more updates. No more melancholy. Anyways, making the headline still from the Straits Times from Singapore is still about IUU, which is short, but it says here that the clock is ticking for Thailand as it cleans up its fishery business before European Commission inspectors arrive next month to check its progress in dealing with illegal fishing and forced labour. Now, the biggest headache for the Thai authorities before the inspectors visit on April the 4th is how to get an estimated 1.6 million illegal migrant labourers who work in its fisheries, as well as construction and agricultural sectors, the majority of whom are from neighbouring Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, documented before the end of this month. And as I've read before or informed you before last week, the Labour Ministry is changing the process, speeding up rather the process, so that they can register all of the migrant labourers in Thailand by this month, by the end of the month, as ordered by Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha. So by next week, or rather in the next 2 weeks, we'll see how that progresses, and I'll be sure to keep on informing you or update you on any news that comes our way. Anyways, on to more kind of funner celebrity news. Now, Thailand holds an annual ceremony to boost Thai boxing tourism. Now, Thailand's Central Pranakhon Ayutthaya Province and the Tourism Authority of Thailand, or TAT, held the annual Waikru Muay Thai ceremony, during which 1,260 Thai boxing learners around the world came to pay respect to Thai boxing masters. This is from Xinhua News from China. Now, the 14th ceremony, held near the historical temple at Wat Mahathat in Ayutthaya Province Saturday night, began with cultural shows, Buddhist chanting, and paying respect to Khanom Tom, the father of Muay Thai or Thai boxing. Now, Waikru literally means paying respect to teachers or masters in the Thai language. The ceremony also includes putting mongkon, a type of headgear worn by Thai boxing athletes, on learners' heads by Thai boxing masters. Learners and athletes of over 50 countries and regions attended the ceremony. Peng Hai-yan, a Chinese woman who learned Thai boxing for a year, said she loved the sports and had to thank her Thai teachers back in China. The World Waikru Muay Thai Ceremony 2018 ensures that the martial art is being properly preserved and curated for future generations, said Santi Shudintara, Deputy Governor of the TAT. Now he said Wai Crew is much more than a ceremonial kickboxing ritual, performance, art, or just paying respect to teachers. It is an important part of the Thai culture and martial art history. And that's about it. So if you were in Pranakon Sri Ayutthaya province on Saturday night, you would probably saw the ceremony or attended it. And I've never been, but I have no idea what the details were like or how beautiful it was. But if this was a TV news, you would get the chance to see like the footage of what went on that night. But before we head out today, I still have some updates from the ministries as well. So right here is the Cultural Roadshow 2018 in the United Kingdom or the UK. Then the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture and the Royal Thai Embassy in London, organised a Thai cultural show in London during February the 21st to the 28th of 2018. The roadshow, led by Ms. Busadi Santipitak, Director General of the Department of Information, brought an outstanding Thai dance troupe from Bandit Pathanasin Institute under the supervision of its president, Mrs. Nipa Sopa Samrit, to perform at the following events. Now, on February the 22nd, the cultural performances included the Flight of the Ginnari, the Sacrifice of the Menorah, and Khon, a Thai mass dance episode, The Pursuit of Supan Matcha at the Great Hall of the British Museum, which was attended by over 300 spectators. Now, during February the 22nd and the 23rd, the troupe staged cultural performances at the Orchids Festival 2018 at the Royal Botanic Gardens, or Kew Garden. This festival was organised by the Royal Thai Embassy in London in collaboration with the Royal Botanic Gardens, Kew, and Thai Airways International Public Company from February the 10th to March the 11th of 2018. On February the 26th, the troupe performed at the Orchids Festival 2018 opening ceremony, which was graciously presided over by Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn. The ceremony was attended by over 300 British high-level officials, diplomatic corps, business people, as well as friends of Thailand. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs sincerely hopes that the above-mentioned Thai Cultural Roadshow would help further deepen the already existing cordial ties between Thailand and the United Kingdom, especially at the people-to-people level. Okay, and before I wrap up today's news, the Saranrom Radio is celebrating its 20th anniversary on April the 1st. So right here, also it's still like 2 weeks away, but I'm sure that we'll have events and activities coming up, so be sure to stay tuned to all of our programs running every day, weekdays rather, from Mondays to Friday. I'm forgetting weekdays, but yes, it's running through, our programs run through every Mondays to Fridays, so be sure to keep on listening and tuning in just to see the different or various activities that we have planned for our anniversary, our 20th anniversary, may I repeat, which is going to happen on April the 1st. So be sure to keep staying tuned. So you can still listen, and we would like some of your feedbacks so that we can, report on the feedbacks from you guys, our listeners, and thank you. And I've just heard that our listeners the number of our listeners has reached 10,000 today. So thank you for all your listeners out there, and be sure to keep giving up support and keep staying tuned to listen to our great programs on Radio Saranrom starting from today and until the future, because we will have more programs coming presented to you, as I'm sure that we'll have many updates and news about the ministry and around Thailand, about Thailand, and interesting news updates to present to you continually starting from today. So if you have any feedbacks, including what kind of programs you like, any feedback, suggestions or comments that you would like to give us, be sure to write to us, or be sure to give us comments on our Facebook page or the ministry Facebook page, as we'll keep on tracking them, and so that we can improve our programs. Also, the DJs, or not even DJs, but the radio presenters could improve their skills and their updates and their programs to fit your likings. So do be sure to keep staying tuned to our programs, as I've said, because we do, and we will sure have a special events and activities for you to celebrate our 20th anniversary on April the 1st. So, okay, fun facts before we go. In 2015, more people were killed from injuries caused by taking selfie more than shark attacks. So if you like taking selfies, be sure to stay safe out there, because we do have a record that in 2015, people were killed by taking selfies because they were not careful. So be sure to, when you are taking selfies up along the road or on the pedestrian walk or just anywhere, just be sure to check your surroundings before you take pictures, even though it's just yourself, or because it is a selfie, so you'll be paying attention to mostly on yourself and not very much on your surrounding, and you can get hurt. And that's a fact right here, that in 2015 people just got killed more by taking selfies than by getting attacked by a shark. So okay, a little wrap up of the things we talked about. So yes, we still talked about the IUU and how the government is rushing against time to register all the migrant workers out there by the end of the month, before the visit by the EU's and inspectors to see the progress of how we're improving the IUU issues and related issues about migrant workers and forced labours, and how Thailand is improving on that. And on that note, we also talk about the relationship between China and Taiwan that is straining again, because Trump signed another agreement allowing all officials at all levels to visit Taiwan without having to have a low profile, which is kind of intervenes or interfere with the One China policy, which the United States has previously agreed upon. So that is straining relations on both sides. China is having a strained relations on both sides with Taiwan and the United States. Once again, Trump has his own way of dealing with things, so we'll see how that works out by the end of this week, I suppose. We also talked about the ministry updates about the cultural roadshow, which took place in London, at the end of February. So if you were in London by that time, you might have checked it out already. So I hope it was enjoyable. And that's it, I suppose, man. Before we leave, I still have an inspirational ending quote for you. Remember that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And this quote is from Eleanor Roosevelt. So yes, you cannot compete with anybody but yourself. So be sure to do your best and, not to try to be like anybody else, because you can't beat them. You can only beat yourself. So, and no one can tell you that you're not worth it, unless you allow them to tell you that. So your quality and your pride and your everything is in yourself. You know best who you are, and you know best at what you are best at and what you're good at. So be sure to believe in yourself and have confidence in what you do. Okay, so that's it for today. So if you have any comments, like I've said before, be sure to write me. I am Sirisa Prashumyat, and the address is 443 Rama 6 Road, Rashatewi District, Bangkok, Thailand, and the postcode is 10400. You can also check out our other programs on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. It's Saranrom Radio. Saranrom is spelled Saranrom, and it's Saranrom Radio. Or you can check out our ministry Facebook page as well on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Thailand. Okay, that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ